This is Eastern European Perspective. September 19th, 2025. A brand new day brings new insights, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the update. Here are the top stories from Poland. The Polish Minister of Defense, Kosyniak Kamysz, made an unexpected visit to Kyiv to sign a Polish-Ukrainian agreement on cooperation, including drone operation training and joint industrial investments. This agreement will also contribute to the development of the NATO-Ukraine JTEC Analysis Training and Education Center in Bydgoszcz. 70% of Poles, according to a pollster survey, declared they would not leave the country in the event of a Russian aggression. The survey sampled 1,020 adults after Russian drones entered Polish airspace. The Supreme Court ruled on the division of assets for an unmarried couple who split after years of living together. Assets were divided equally, as if they were married, stating that the home and business served the family's common needs. This ruling may set a precedent for other cohabiting couples. The new director of the Pilecki Institute in Berlin has reinstated whistleblower Hanna Radziowska and Mateusz Falkowski after reversing their disciplinary dismissals. The Polish Competition and Consumer Protection Office received over 1,000 complaints against developers circumventing price transparency laws. Developers have been known to list misleading prices such as 1 zloty per square meter as an invitation to inquire about the real offer. 5. Czesław K., the son of Jacek Kurski, has been charged with the rape of a child under 15 years old. He is currently free on bail of 30,000 zlotys and under supervision. The case, initially dismissed twice, has been reopened after an audit found previous decisions flawed. Mercedes is relocating the production of its electric e-Sprinter model to its factory in Jawor, Poland. This investment of 1.5 billion zlotys will create 300 jobs by the end of 2027. The move is primarily to cut costs, as labor in Germany is 5 times more expensive. Israeli authorities, via an airline, have requested Polish airports not to display information about flights from Israel to avoid potential provocation, following passengers from Tel Aviv being greeted with pro-Palestinian banners. The airport in Katowice complied, while Warsaw Airport refused the request. Poland's latest export hits are poultry, making it the world's second-largest exporter after Brazil, and surprisingly, jet engines with thrust above 25 kilonewtons. The aviation and defense industries are experiencing a revival, while demand for furniture and electronics has declined. Trust in the Catholic Church in Poland has fallen from 60% in 2016 to 35% today, according to an IBRIS survey. Bishop Adam Vazny of Sosnowiec admitted, "I beat my breast, although I know that's not enough," quoting a critical verse from the Book of Ezekiel. Resident doctors are warning of a planned reduction in psychiatric funding by 1.2 billion zlotys in 2026, equivalent to 7 million people's care or the annual budgets of 15 psychiatric hospitals. This will reduce the psychiatry budget from 9.1 billion zlotys in 2025. Wage growth in the business sector has slowed to 7% year-on-year, the lowest since February 2021, while employment fell by 1% to 6.1 million. Construction output reached its lowest since August 2020. The Polish government is conducting nationwide inspections of buildings for potential civilian shelters. 5 billion zlotys will be allocated to local governments by 2026 for developing these shelters. The aim is to provide shelter for at least half of the urban population. The government has approved the creation of a new national park, the Lower Odra Valley Park, set to open in 2026. This will be the first new park since 2001, covering 4,000 hectares in the West Pomerania province. Now, let's look at the most important international news. United States President Donald Trump has declared Antifa a terrorist organization and ordered an investigation into its funding sources. He expressed this decision on Truth Social, describing Antifa as a significant terrorist organization. During Trump's visit to the United Kingdom, a record American-British investment package was announced, valued at £280 billion, with £150 billion earmarked for Britain. Germany has dropped out of the top 10 most innovative countries, with China taking its place for the first time in the Global Innovation Index. In 2024, China filed 1/4 of all international patent applications. Switzerland remains number 1 since 2011. In Jezero crater on Mars, scientists have identified minerals that may be linked to ancient life. The rover detected vivianite and gregite, minerals that on Earth often form through biological activity. These samples will be returned to Earth for detailed study in the coming decades. While their presence raises exciting possibilities, researchers note that such minerals can also form without life through hydrothermal activity or chemical processes in iron-rich, low-oxygen environments. Lithuanian authorities have broken up a group planning 4 terrorist attacks in Europe. Explosive devices were sent to Poland, Germany, and the United Kingdom, with 3 exploding in July 2024. 15 individuals face charges with potential life sentences. Lithuania has launched a drone training program for its citizens, including children as young as 8. Centers near the Kaliningrad border will teach programming, drone operation, and 3D printing. And finally, some positive news. Polish volleyball players defeated the Netherlands 3-1 in their last group match of the World Championships, securing first place in Group B. They will face Canada in the round of 16, while the Netherlands will play Turkey. Prices in Polish stores fell by 0.5% in August compared to July. Auchan emerged as the cheapest retailer, with an average basket costing 285 zlotys, while Netto was the most expensive at 340 zlotys. The United Nations reports that the ozone layer, which protects Earth from harmful UVB radiation, continues to recover. This is due to the withdrawal of 99% of substances damaging it, like freons, thanks to the Vienna Convention and the Montreal Protocol. That concludes today's edition of Eastern European Perspective. Thanks for listening, and remember, every day is a chance to see things in a new light.